What I have here is just one of my mini bites. I'm just going to show you in the event you have some kind of chain issue. You got your chain hung up while riding. You may have bent one of these links, and I'm going to show you what to do in that case, how to replace it. So you just need to remove one of these links. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick and easy. The layout here is realistic. If you're out and about and you're busted down, this is what you're going to end up doing. But before I dive into this, here's just a link. Okay, I have just 4 of these. This is just an example. Let's say hypothetically this is set up. What we're going to do, provided you have the proper tool, and you're going to need this tool, we're going to pop out this rivet right here, okay, which will leave us with this. What we're going to need to do is connect this to the next available link. And that would be where? Well, with this one empty, you're going to need to find a female. So you're going to have to go all the way over to here. Now, this is critical here, that once you pop out this pin here, the first one, you can't pop off this second one to its entirety. Now, I've lost, this is what you're supposed to carry. Can't find the other end. This is just a quick connect. You just, in this particular case, you would just connect this to the other piece, and it's missing. I carry a bag of tools with me whenever I'm riding. It's a pain in the butt, but you could carry this, and it would fix the problem immediately. But if you don't have one of these, then you're gonna have to come up with Plan B. And Plan B is you need one of these. Okay. This is just I don't know, they're probably $10 now. Again, I carry it wherever I go. And all we're going to do is we're going to insert it here. And I'll show you in a little more detail. So what we're going to do is just pop the chain off the sprocket here. We're going to set this up just like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to roll this back. And we're going to set the chain right in here. Hopefully you can see this. All I'm doing is, maybe you can see it here. We're just gonna put this in between the link, just like that. And the first one, you can just drive out. So all you do is spin this around, okay? And the reason I'm doing it here is because this chain is stretched. I have a new chain, but I'm just doing this to show you, if you have a stretched chain, your chain is popping off or slipping while you're riding, and you can see your gears are all fine. Gears are up here, aren't too terribly worn out. It's typically your chain stretch. So this is just a short-term remedy. So I'm going to pop this off, okay? And that's all it is. If you can see, I didn't pop it all the way off. All I'm doing is popping off this pin, and I'll back it out just to show you. You can see the pin still in there. Yeah, because the chain hasn't popped off. We're going to pop all that all the way out. Now, when we replace this, you're going to have to be extremely careful not to pop this all the way out. And it's just a matter of finesse. And again, if you don't have one of these little gadgets here, you're going to be pretty much lost. So you just put it back in here. And it's a little awkward for me trying to do this. Okay. You screw it in. You'll feel it. And when you're doing this for the first time, you can get a feel for when the pin is pretty much released, and just go slow if you're not sure, and it'll tighten up right before it releases completely. So right now I probably could pull this whole thing apart, but I'm just going to drive it all the way out, and the pin just dropped out. You unscrew this. There you go. See? Now to fix this thing, what we're going to do, because this can't go in here. Why? Because this overlapped. But here, this is the female, and this would be the male. So we're going to insert this into here, but we're going to push this pin out, but not all the way. So when you do this, if it's your very first time, just insert this like I just did. And from here, you can get a better view. And I have a bike stand and I have all that stuff. But this is an event that you break down on the side of the road. Sometimes it's easier just to do it the right way, and that is to see it from the top. Yeah, I killed myself. I don't do this on a day-to-day basis. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a bike mechanic. And this is just, if you find yourself in this predicament, what are you going to do? And your cell phone is out of range and you're alone. At least you have this tool. This is just a quick remedy. See what I just did? And then with this little gadget, you want to be careful here not to push this all the way through. And you can see the progress you're making. You can see how the pin's coming out. And if you're uncertain, then back it out, back off, and see if it'll come loose. All right, nope. So then you go and just be careful. Just go slow here. And just do quarter turns. Because if you push this all the way out, you're not going to be able to put it back in. So then back it out, release it, and see, then just do a eighth of a turn. All right, it's firm, and then just go a little bit further and back it off. And then with practice, you'll know where that threshold is. And then just go an eighth of a turn, back it off. And you just keep doing this until you can get that pin past its holding point without pushing the pin all the way out. Now we're getting close. What it does is it gets really tight just towards the end. In other words, the threshold here is much tighter. And then we're close. I would think it's probably another eighth of a turn. Ever so gently push it and back it off. See if it'll release. Still nothing. And just a little more. Okay, it's getting really close. And, okay, and this is what you do. You can, and if you are really concerned, look at this. You can do a comparison. What I did is I just grabbed this pin here, and I'm measuring. You can see the old versus the new. So now you can try to gauge where this is. I know that's a really bad proxy. Now you can see why you want to buy these quick connects, so you don't have to deal with this. But this is just a good practice in the event you run into a worst case scenario. You never know. Or if you run across somebody out on the road, another cyclist that has this problem, and you have the tool, well, you'll be the hero. And I can't tell you how many times the number of people I've stopped and helped along the way, because I had the tools, and definitely not the experience, but mechanic side, but we're at least able to put the bike back together and get them back to their starting point. And sometimes that's all you need. Just a quick remedy, a quick fix in order to, just so you can get home. That's all this is. It's got to be getting close. I said you got to really be careful here. Now, there's, oops. Now you can see how close it is. There it is. See, it's firm, but we're saved. We still have this pin in here. Now, be careful here. Don't get things crossed up. Sometimes you might have to get your chain into a lower gear. Make sure you have enough room here. So all you're going to do is slide that back in. You're going to slide this into here. You see that? Uh-oh. You see? Oh, maybe not. Now these things can split apart, and this piece right here can pop out. So just be careful. Try to squeeze it back in like that. See, I have it aligned. So all you're going to do is reverse it. You're going to take your tool and you're going to unwind this thing and unwind it so you have enough room to get this back on. And notice how wide this is. This is so you can do exactly what I'm doing. I mean, notice how there's 3 different areas here. Well, this third one will be used to get this in between. If I can work this. And here's the, when you're doing stuff like this, patience is a virtue. You're already in a pissy mood because your bike is broken down. You're out in the middle of nowhere. No one's stopping to help you. Your phone doesn't work. And you didn't tell anybody where you were headed for the day. Yeah, stuff we always do. Okay, I'm backwards here. Yes, I can help you guys see this. And you're going to be limited, but all I'm doing is putting this right in here, making sure everything is lined up and making sure this is lined up with the pin. See how it's married again? If this thing is correct, I think it is. What I mean by will it line up to the hole? And we'll find out here in a second. Then all you do is spin it, is turn this, and you can see that, and I have to put some muscle into this. Just keep turning it. There you go. I'm going to tighten it a little more, but that's it. It's a quick fix in the event that, 1, you have this tool, and two, that you understand what's going on here, and maybe it fixed your problem, maybe it didn't. And trust me, I've used this. I've had, make sure it's firm, and you want to look at it, and it's still out a little far, because if you look on the inside, I can't show you, but it needs to go in a little further. So just keep massaging it, if you will, until it's back to where it's supposed to be. I mean, it should be firm. It should be firm like here on both sides. And it's going to take a little bit of you have to turn it. It's not going to be simple. You're just pressing this back in. See, what it did is it just popped. It popped back into place, and you don't know if that's going to happen every time. But there you go. That's just a quick. I know I extended this a little longer than I should have. That's a quick fix in the event that you have chain issues on your bike. And again, you're going to need one of these tools. You're going to need one of these quick release. Oops. And the quick release has a match. Looks exactly like this. exactly like this, and it just ties into here and it links into there. And all you do is you push them apart. And I don't know where my other half is, which is bothersome because I should have a full kit. But that's it. Hope that helped. Thanks for watching. See you soon.